Hey, Naomi. How was school today?
You again, Dad. Would you stop sending me texts? No job, and on top of that, sick as a dog and sitting in a hospital bed. What good are you?
As your father, I'm just worried about my daughter, that's all. Can't you even afford me that?
Then, can I ask you something? Why are you breaking up with Mom?
Well, that's obvious, isn't it? She cheated on me. As husband and wife, I just couldn't go on living with her. That's why. And please understand that I thought about not going through with it because of you, but...
No need to worry about that.
Why's that?
Mom's new guy, I had a good look at them. He's pretty cool. Good looking, unlike some people I know. If that guy's gonna be my new dad, a divorce wouldn't be all that bad.
You do realize that she cheated on me, right? How could you say that to me?
Well, Mom and Randy love each other. They'll be happy. What's wrong with that? Why do you want to mess things up for them? I'd rather have Randy as my dad instead of some sick and weak dad, currently hospitalized to boot. Besides, I heard Randy is on his way up at his firm. His life is just beginning.
So you prefer this Randy than your real dad? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, that is what I'm saying. This guy's in his prime. He's headed for success, rich and good looking. What more can you ask for? He's not only super kind to Mom, but he goes out of his way to buy things for me, too. Takes me out to nice restaurants and shopping. Did you ever do that for me? Just the other day, he bought me some really expensive perfume. Didn't expect that.
As I recall, he has an annual income of $150,000 or so.
That's right. Can you believe it? Way better than an unemployed, middle-aged guy who's sick and in the hospital. That's for sure. That's one reason she started going out with Randy. She couldn't stand taking care of you.
But does she really love the guy? Do you really think that this Randy loves you guys? You really think he'll make you happy?
Mom and I are going to be happy, so please, Dad, stay out of our way. Hey, Dad, I got into medical school.
That's great, Wendy. Congratulations. Did you call Mom and let her know the good news? She was going on and on about it.
I sent her a text online. I think she's right in the middle of doing her rounds.
Alright, she'll be so happy when she sees it.
Yeah, I know. Ever since you and Mom got married, everything seems to come together. You know, one good fortune after another.
You have other good fortunes come your way, huh?
Oh yeah, just the other day, I won the second prize of a competition I entered, and I was also able to meet up with a really good friend of mine. We lost contact with each other for some reason or other. Hadn't seen her in like 10 years. And today, I passed the med entrance exam. Now I call that karma.
Yeah, but it was not only luck that got you into med school. You worked hard for this. Can't remember when you weren't hitting the books late at night. I'd say 99% work, 1% luck.
You did most of the chores around the house too, which gave me time to study. I appreciated that, Dad.
Well, I'm glad I was able to be of assistance. It was the least I could do for my daughter. But maybe it's me that's benefiting from all this luck.
Really? You too, huh?
Yeah, well, 5 years ago I fell very ill. I was hospitalized for a while. Figured my wife would look after me, but it ended in divorce. You heard all this before.
I remember. Your wife and daughter left you when you most needed them. I remember being really angry when I heard that. My parents got divorced after my dad cheated on Mom. Mom wasn't working at the time. We had a really tough time. But I really couldn't forgive my dad for being unfaithful to Mom. I couldn't fathom leaving Mom and going with my dad. It just didn't cross my mind, and in the end, I know I made the right decision.
You're absolutely right, Wendy. You did make the right decision. That's why I was in shock when they left me for some guy, because I thought that was the decent thing to do. I was in total despair then, sitting in the hospital all alone, abandoned by my wife and daughter. And that's when I met your mom. She was my doctor at the time. After I was released from the hospital, we kept in touch and eventually started dating. I got to know you too, and well, you seemed to accept me as your mom's new partner, and as you know, we got hitched. It was a real 180. I didn't expect such an outcome after what I'd experienced.
I remember Mom saying that she fell in love with your determination to turn your life around and to show them that you could get out of that demoralized state you were in. I can't imagine the dismay you must have felt.
That was because your mom gave me encouragement. She lifted my spirit every step of the way, and you certainly gave me plenty of inspiration. I hope you will keep inspiring me, Wendy. I'm glad you're my daughter. I mean it.
I'm glad you're my dad, Dad. Hey, Dad. Naomi here. Been like 5 years, huh?
Is this Naomi?
Hey, I heard you married a doctor. Seriously?
Where'd you hear that?
My dad's friend heard about it when he visited that hospital you stayed at years ago. She was your doctor when you were there, right? I heard she's a real beauty. Sick in bed and you still had the urge. Huh? A real ladies' man. Didn't think you had it in you, Dad.
You guys left me 5 years ago. You have no business prying into how I lead my life now.
No business? That's where you're mistaken, Dad. You caused all that trouble for us, but still you end up being the happy one. Give me a break.
How did I cause you trouble? What the hell are you talking about?
You left us. That's what you did.
Are you saying I was the one who abandoned you?
That's right. After all these years, you never paid us child support. For my education, I demand $200,000 for all the years you've cut us off.
To be honest, I thought it was you and your mom that abandoned me. Left me high and dry for another guy. Anyway, I paid your child support 5 years ago. She asked for a one-time payment, and I agreed. I also asked for shared custody, but I was refused, and I never saw or heard from you until just now. All I was left to do was to accept the fact that I had fulfilled my obligations as a father by paying your mother. That's all I could do as a father. And now you appear asking for money?
The pittance you paid 5 years ago? That disappeared a long time ago.
I paid your mother $500 a month until you were 21, and in addition paid a lump sum of $25,000.
That's chicken feed.
You're not a kid anymore, Naomi. You don't need my help.
I need more than that, so pay up. But you're my father. Age makes no difference. What's wrong with the father helping out his daughter? That's what a loving parent would do.
That $25,000 was adequate payment in my opinion.
Like I said, slave wages, way too insufficient.
Are you saying that because you can't pay your tuition or something? Is that it?
I quit college after a year.
You quit college? Why'd you do that?
I got totally fed up with all that studying.
Then why don't you work? That would be the normal course of action.
Yeah, but Randy bought me all kinds of stuff and there was really no need to work.
Randy, huh? Is your mom still going out with the guy? Did they even get married?
Yeah, they got married, but they broke up recently.
Excuse me? They're not together anymore?
He made some bad business decisions and, well, long story short, his income went downhill. Mom was looking for another guy and Randy found out about it. One thing led to another.
And she got divorced. Yeah, well, figures.
And that apartment we were living in, Randy owns that, so we had no choice but to move out. But what's worse, We went to Mom's new boyfriend's house and a big argument ensued, and in the end, he wouldn't let us in. That relationship ended on his doorstep. We had no choice but to move into a cheap hotel downtown. We have paid the hotel cost every day we stay here, and it gets expensive after a while, as you can imagine. If you have any feelings of duty to your daughter, fork over $200,000 as child support.
Like I said, I paid all that 5 years ago. My obligation to you ended there. And for your information, I don't have that kind of money.
That's BS. You married a doctor, for God's sake. She's loaded.
That may be, but that's not my money. I can't use it without her permission.
Yeah, sure. So you're telling me that your wife is supporting you. Is that it? After you got sick 5 years ago, you lost your job, right? So now your wife pays the bills, huh? You really hit the jackpot.
I work from home. I'm fully employed. Luckily, I was at the company long enough to learn some very important skills, which I'm putting to good use now.
Okay, so you have no problem forking over that 200 thou.
Naomi, why don't you just leave your mom and strike out on your own? Make something of yourself.
No way! I adore my mom. She's the best.
Seriously, Naomi? You want to be like your mom?
Of course. She lives like she prefers, buys whatever she wants, goes out with whomever she likes. She lives her life the way she wants to. She symbolizes freedom.
Freedom just sounds like selfishness to me. Do you really think that she symbolizes freedom and that it brings you happiness?
Yeah, what's wrong with that? Happiness is not having to work and living free, doing whatever your heart's desire. Freedom is not being tied down by anything or anybody, right? There is no need to tolerate anyone's BS. That's what Mom always says.
Are you okay with that, Naomi? You feel the same way?
Yeah, of course. That's why I'm demanding that you pay up. What's wrong with that? The normal thing to do is support your daughter. No matter how old she is, if you're my father, you have the obligation to pay up. So pay up.
Naomi, you're despicable. How did you turn out this way?
Pardon me? Despicable? How can you say that about your daughter? This is Naomi, right? Sorry to contact you from my dad's phone. My name is Wendy. I'm your dad's stepdaughter. Huh? Excuse me? You're my dad's... what? Stepdaughter. There was something I needed to convey to you. Yeah, what is it? Make it quick, would ya? I'm busy. Would you stop with this give me money bullshit? You're getting on my friggin' nerves. What did you just say? I said be gone, would you? You're being a total pest. I will not permit you to belittle my father. You just crossed my red line. Are you being totally serious? He's my father, not Step. That gives me the right to talk about my dad however I please. So there, you come in out of nowhere, call him Dad, and think you own the world? You're totally out of line, girl. You abandoned your sick father 5 years ago and chose to live with your mother. And you lived the last 5 years calling her boyfriend your dad. At this point, this Randy guy is your real dad. Excuse me. Mom just got a new boyfriend. That's why they got divorced. What's so hard about understanding that? Besides, if I had chosen to be with my dad when he fell ill, it would have been tough. I didn't want to go through that. The decision to go with my mom and Randy was the right one. Who wouldn't make that decision? It's obvious. Nobody wants to go through hard times. How could you say that? Are you really his daughter? Your dad fell ill and he needed major surgery and a long recovery process. Do you really think he wanted to resign from the company? He worked hard at his job. Besides his family, his job meant the world to him. Don't you have any remorse or regrets for abandoning your father when he was in need? Remorse? Regrets? Seriously? Don't make me laugh. Dad's a loser. He can't make any money. He can't satisfy a woman. What good is he? Is that why he married a doctor? Oh, I get it now. What the hell are you trying to say? Dad was just looking for the right woman to con. Huh, didn't realize he was such a womanizer. Please, your father is not that kind of person. Please don't compare him to you. Say what you like about him, but facts are facts. When you abandoned your father 5 years ago and adopted this Randy as your dad, you forfeited all rights as his real daughter. He's my father now, and I wish you would just leave him be and get the hell out of our lives. You really have nerve saying that to me. Just because you were born with a silver spoon in your mouth doesn't give you the right to talk to me that way. Who gave you the right to be happy? I want some of that happiness too. Then work your butt off a little. Work somewhere, go back to school, get some kind of license. Don't rely on others. Pull up your bootstraps and get going. You're still young. You have plenty of time. You just have to work hard. That's all. I don't have to work hard. That's too much of a hassle. All I have to do is look for a rich guy and I'm set. Do you really think that jumping from one guy to the next is going to bring you happiness? I'm not jumping from one guy to the next. I find one super rich guy that will take care of me, and I never have to work for the rest of my life. Is that so hard for you to understand? If a guy can't make the money, the guy's a goner. A real guy will provide for his wife and family no matter what. He must provide for everything they ask for. That's called happiness. If you don't know that, I feel pity for you. You really believe that, don't you? Of course I do. Women have the right to live free without any restraints. Mom says that all the time. I bet you want some guy to take care of you someday, am I right? I don't have time for that. I start medical school next semester. Pardon me, medical school? Yes, I'm going to follow my mother's footsteps. I'm working day and night to fulfill my dream of becoming a doctor, like my mother. But... You got it all wrong, Naomi. Happiness is obtained by loving and caring for each other, to grow together through thick and thin, unwaveringly. Medical school, so what? So you guys do have plenty of money. I'm tired of this BS. Switch back to Dad, would you? If he has the money to pay for your education, then he has the money to pay his real daughter some cash. You're just a fake, made-up daughter anyways.
Naomi, this is your ex-father.
Ex-father? What are you talking about? I'm sick of repeating myself. Just pay the child support, would you? This is getting silly. If you're going to pay to send your pseudo-daughter to med school, maybe $200,000 is chicken feed. Maybe we should make it $300,000. Yeah, that sounds about right. No, wait, 400,000 big ones.
No matter what you say, Naomi, you're not getting a cent from me. Goodbye.
Wait, Dad, you can't.
I would be lying if I said I didn't care at all about my own daughter, but if I even relented to 1 cent, I wouldn't know how to face Wendy. She spoke up on my behalf. I didn't want to put her through any more anguish than necessary. As for my former spouse, she apparently went from one guy to another, always on the lookout for someone rich and well off. As for Naomi, She apparently learned from her mom and found several guys, but some of them turned out to be married. She was subsequently sued by the wives and made to pay a hefty sum for her misdeeds. The hardships accumulated for my ex, and she eventually lost all her former vitality and started staying home more and more. Naomi realized that she had to work if she was to survive. I heard she's currently working several jobs to make ends meet and to support her mother.